Hello, my Gen Z friends. I'm Jen, your moderator. And if you are sick of side hustles that are paying you just pennies, this is the right video for you. Now, do you have to be Gen Z to be watching this video? Absolutely not. You can just be Gen Z at heart and very tech savvy. There's a way to get paid between $30 to $300 just for sharing your opinion. And this is not a scammy survey or any kind of crypto hustle. This is legit. The best part is there's no experience required. If you don't know anything about paid studies, you are in the right place. So why listen to me, the lady with the big glasses? Well, I'm a professional market researcher and I've worked in this industry for over a decade, and I have interviewed over thousands of people just like you on their opinions about the products and the services that they use. So if you've never been paid for your opinion, and I know you have one, it's time to get started. I'm going to show you exactly how you as a Gen Zer can get paid for doing legitimate market research studies. There's no fluff here and no fake promises, so let's go. Let's talk about what a paid market research study is first. Market research is how companies figure out what people think and feel about the products and services that they make. It could be an app, it could be a snack food, it could be a new marketing campaign. They need to get your opinion before they launch it. And guess what? You are going to get paid for that feedback. These studies aren't sketchy. They're run by real people just like me who are in market research and need to learn from people just like you. So much of it that used to be done in person is all done online or from your smartphone now. You might do a 30-minute interview on Zoom, record some videos on your smartphone, or you could be part of a virtual discussion group for an hour online. So let's talk about the top 3 kinds of paid studies so you know what to expect. The first is going to be a focus group. A focus group is going to be a group discussion with about 6 to 8 people, moderated by someone like myself. You might do some activities, you might look at mock-ups of advertisement, you might even taste or try things out. The second type are interviews that are one-on-one. Now, if you're more of an introverted type of person and the idea of a focus group seems overwhelming, interviews are going to be great for you because you can do them from your phone or your laptop, and it's just going to be someone like me chatting with you about a product or a service that you use. Finally, there are online multi-day studies. Most of these involve you going to a website and you can answer questions that are posted every day. You might be uploading videos or photos, having a discussion. This is another one that's very introvert friendly because you're going to be typing in things online, just uploading things on your own timeline, and you're not going to be face-to-face with anyone. So how and when do you get paid for market research? That's going to come either from PayPal, maybe Venmo. You might get a gift card that has a cash value, or you might be able to pick from gift cards that are for companies or products that you like and use. Usually there are a lot of choices if you're going to be offered that type of gift card. Many times you're paid the day of the paid study. You should also expect to allow at least a couple weeks to get paid for some other types of studies. Some of the best news I have for you, my Gen Z friend, is that you are in the highest demand for these types of paid studies. Why is that? You're shaping all the trends in social media and tech. You're also the future of consumer and shopper behavior. You are a very desirable target for all the companies out there. And honestly, many companies have no idea what Gen Z is thinking half of the time, and they need to find out. So however old you are in that Gen Z range, if you're still in high school, or maybe you're in college, you might be working part-time or freelancing, or maybe you have a career started. The great thing about paid studies is that they can fit around your schedule. And yes, big brands just want to pay you for being yourself. Okay, so enough background. Let's get you signed up with some legit paid study companies. So some important tips as we get into it here. First of all, if you are under 18, you will need a parent or guardian to sign up. You can't do this on your own without their permission. The second tip is that you might want to create a separate email account for this to stay organized, because as you continue to do paid studies, you may sign up for 10 or 20 different companies beyond the ones I'm showing you today, and it helps you stay organized and on top of the studies you're doing. For each of the companies that we're going to sign up with, I would allow yourself 5 to 10 minutes to create a profile. You are going to need to enter more information than just the basics. They're going to ask you quite a few questions about your lifestyle, some of the preferences you have. This is all normal that they're going to ask for some demographics along this line. So just make sure you have some time to do that. They also might ask you to share your socials. This is also normal because it can help them understand more about you and what your preferences are, what you like to do, your likes and dislikes for the products you buy. As you sign up and create profiles for these companies, don't skip things. I know it's tempting. We all want to blow through those questions. But in this case, the more detail you fill out, the better, because the company will be able to figure out the best match for you for these paid studies. So go for it, go into detail, and it will serve you well. And this is probably the most important tip that I have for you. It's really important that you are honest and on the up and up with the answers you give, especially when it comes to things like your salary, how many people live in your household, if you are living out on your own at this point, and any other information about your personal demographics. It can really hurt you in the long run and your chances for getting picked if you are not honest about the information that you're sharing. Finally, I just want to add, you'll see that some of these sites have a mix of both paid studies, the kind that are moderated like iLead, and surveys. Those are the shorter ones that are questionnaires. They are generally paying less than a paid study. So you will see a mix, and you'll be able to tell because you'll know by the price that you're going to get paid. And hint, the paid studies pay a lot more. Here are my top 3 Gen Z friendly paid study companies that I think are going to be a great fit for you. So first up is L&E Opinions and L&E Research. It's an oldie but goodie, and they have stayed very up to date, which is why I'm recommending them. I also like them for you because you can grow into them like a great pair of jeans. They can stay with you over the course of your lifetime by the range and the types of paid studies that they offer. Signing up is going to be free, as it is for all of these websites. So if we go to leopinions.com and then click on available studies and then nationwide, you can immediately get an idea of what kind of studies are available. They don't put the studies behind a firewall, so you have to create an account before you can see what's available. And as you can see, there are studies nationwide. They have some that go on in major cities, but I can tell you the online ones, it doesn't matter. You can be anywhere. You can be in a rural town, anywhere in the US, and you can participate in the online ones. The other thing I like about L&E is they are active on TikTok, so they are often posting videos and shorts that tell you what the latest studies are. What you want to do is click on that sign up link. You're going to become an L&E panelist or member. Again, no cost for this. That's just how they like to describe it. So you'll create your account and become a panelist, get in their database, and start seeing which studies you would like to apply for. And you can do that again by going into the available studies, picking the ones that you want to look at, and applying for them after you've created your account. L&E also has a refer a friend program, so you can make a little extra money if you share this with your friends. And speaking of sharing with your friends, I would love it if you shared this video with your friends and liked and subscribed so I can bring you more content like this and get you in the know about great paid studies for Gen Z folks like yourself. Second up is Dscout. When you sign up with Dscout, you become a scouter and you get to do mobile missions that pay you to do things like upload videos, or maybe you go on a shop somewhere and take pictures of items in a store. This one's just a lot of fun, and they also get so creative with the names of their paid studies. I just love how colorful it is, how easy it is to use, because you can do these studies from anywhere that you have your smartphone with you. The payouts here are going to range between $50 to $150 for the most part. Again, there might be some surveys mixed in with the paid studies. You'll see some of those as well. Those are going to be paying quite a bit less, probably $25 and under. But again, if you like surveys, no worries. You can do those as well. Next one up is user interviews. Now, this website is not as colorful as Dscout, but don't sleep on it because they've got a lot of great studies that pay really well. They also give you the ability to sort and filter by the different types of studies that I talked about earlier. So whether it's a one-on-one interview or focus group, you can actually sort and review the information that way, which saves some time. We are also going to ask to connect to some of your socials if you are on Facebook or LinkedIn, and that way they can get a better sense of which studies to match you with, because they do have more studies that are geared toward your profession. So this one is especially good if you are an elder Gen Zer and you are well into starting a career path or you have a steady job. They also pay out a friend referral of $30. If you do have a friend that completes a study, you are going to make that $30. All right, so that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are actually hundreds of companies out there offering paid studies. So you can see how you could easily make over the course of your lifetime, because you're very young, thousands of dollars or more. So with that in mind, I also want to encourage you to go out and search for other companies. And I want to give you some important warnings about fraud before you do that. So let's cue the warning siren, because you want to steer clear of any companies that do these 4 things. Number 1, a market research company or a paid study should never ask you to wire money anywhere or pay cash to participate. They are supposed to be paying you, not the other way around. Number 2, a legit company is never going to pay you before you do the research. So that is very suspect. If they say that they're going to pay you before you do anything, watch out. Number 3, you should never have to pay a fee to sign up for a paid study or a market research firm. That is not the case. It should always be free to sign up and get in a database. And number 4, you should never be promised a large amount of money, say $1,000 or more, to be a paid mystery shopper. Now, mystery shopping is a type of market research. I don't do that myself because I am a focus group expert. Mystery shopping can pay, it is legitimate, but really make sure that you verify what the company is if they're going to ask you to do a mystery shop where you go into a store and act like a customer and then you review how well the store did in terms of their customer service while you purchase something. Just be on the watch out that the amount that they're going to pay you to do this seems reasonable. The best advice I can give you is that with paid studies, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. So let's say you're all signed up with these companies now. What happens next? Just because you signed up doesn't mean that you're going to get selected. You're going to have to pass what's called a screener in order to be chosen. And this is generally done by a phone call. Sometimes it's also done via text, but most often it's going to be a phone call. So a few quick words of advice for the screener call. The first is just to pick up the call. Now, if you need to put those digits in your phone to recognize the company when the call comes in, I would do it. And if you miss the call back as soon as you can. The way it works is that these studies get filled fast. So they often have to get 100 people very quickly in a matter of a few days to participate. So the second thing I'll say is that this is where your honesty is going to be put to the test, because if you've given honest answers all the way through, you don't have anything to worry about. You're just going to have a conversation with someone like me. It's going to be very casual, very informal, and we're going to chit chat about the product that you said you used. And I might ask you how you use it or when, if it's coffee or dog food, whatever it is. Because you've been honest, you will be able to give legit answers to my questions, and I'll want to pick you. Here are the 3 things you need to do to get started in market research and paid studies today. Number 1, if you haven't already, get your profiles going and get signed up with the companies that I shared with you. Number 2, start checking the paid studies on a regular basis. Think of it like checking your email or your text. You can do it while you're waiting in line somewhere, or maybe you're commuting. That gives you the chance to stay on top of the new studies and pounce on them once they come out. The third thing is I want you to join Discord or maybe Reddit, like a subreddit, and look for groups about paid studies. I know there's one on Reddit called Paid Study as a subreddit. So get in there, because that's a great place where some of the big companies will advertise their hot new studies that they need to recruit for. That's another area you could be checking on a regular basis. And as a bonus tip, if you're someone who is in college or university right now, you can also check out your university. Many of them are going to be running studies that are specifically geared toward the preferences of college students or graduate students. Look it up on campus if you're there, and get plugged into local studies that you can do within higher education. And once you get picked for a study, and I know you will, I would love it if you came back, drop me a note in the comments, let me know how much you got paid and what the topic of your study was. that would be fantastic. Until then, my Gen Z participants or those who are Gen Z at heart, good luck on getting picked, and I will see you soon.